Hi, I'm AJ Banjo.
I'm Orpa Kabeya.
And I'm Orejala, and we are Year 13 Media. As it is Black History Month,
We decided to ask 4 important questions.
And here's what teachers and students had to say about being Black and British.
Okay, so Black History Month is basically celebrating the contribution of what Black people have done to the UK.
I think Black History Month is when we celebrate Black people and the changes that they've made in the world.
Black History Month is incredibly important to me. It helps me learn more about my culture, my origin, but it also gives me the opportunity to let my friends know, my friends who aren't necessarily Black, know about Black history, and for people to become more aware of the problems that we still face in the world today.
Black History Month to me is when I can really appreciate Black history for the way it truly has to be, not about from the oppression or anything, but our true nature of how we are, like just how we just are quite vibrant people.
I think it's an important time. Our race is not really celebrated as much in the media or in any really aspects of society. So this is a month where we can reflect and appreciate our race and everything that we've done and everything that we, look forward to doing.
I don't see why we should have 1 month where we celebrate Black history. I think celebration of Black culture should be all year round.
Every October we celebrate it by, we could put posters around and we learn about what Black people have done here.
From primary school age, it's something that they put a lot of stress into. It allows us to pick apart how far society has come in these past 100 years.
The way I would celebrate it is just by kind of truly embracing on who I am and my culture.
I feel like it should be included in curriculum. I think it's a conversation that needs to be had continuously.
It's just a celebration in terms of being Black and also accepting our culture and not being ashamed of it, not being forced to change or anything like that. It's just celebrating who we are, realizing the struggle that we had previously and continue to have, but also to celebrate the progression that we've made already.
Well, I mean, that topic is quite wide since there are so many underappreciated Black people in history and that surround us each and every day. But for me, every single Black person is an inspiration because we've all come from something. We've all got different stories that we can all learn from.
Personally, I would like to say all the Black women in my life, purely because I see them doing so well and it really does inspire me to be like them when I'm older.
For me, there are a lot of Black individuals, both males and females, who have been role models for me and have shaped my future in certain aspects.
In my opinion, I think Nelson Mandela is very inspirational.
You've got the main one, for example, like Nelson Mandela back in South Africa, in terms of fighting for people, not giving up, in terms of his mentality, him being in jail for such a long period of time, not breaking under those struggles. Can't just imagine of the type of words, things that was said to him during those times, him being locked up in prison for such a long time. But at the same time, he was very strong-minded. He wasn't breaking for anyone.
Even though he was in prison most of the time, he still came out fighting.
Also, he's forgiving as well. He didn't have any bad blood towards the government that put him in jail. He was all focused about pushing the country forward and pushing everyone forward and making sure that everyone is equal, not just Black or white, or not because of what part of South Africa you're from. It's just all about everyone as a human being.
For him to still come out and still want to follow them ideas and follow all his passion and stuff is very inspirational.
Martin Luther King, because even though people are criticizing him, he still stood for what he believed in, and even though he could have died, which he did, unfortunately, he still got the message around America why Black people and white people should be equal.
But I think the one I probably look up to most is Harriet Tubman when it comes to the Underground Railroad. She's inspirational in regards to being persistent and helping people when they need it.
Who I find most inspiring are people like August Wilson, Barney Jenkins, because they have been able to portray black people in a way that isn't really done in film and in theatre. So when I look at works from August Wilson, I think it pushes the boundaries of what black people are able to do and the roles that they're able to play.
I want to go into media, so I look at Oprah Winfrey, who basically is the queen of media. Like, she has done so much for our people, and she's shown us that we can be successful, we can take charge in any industry and lead by example, and show the younger ones that we have coming up after us that they can do well, they can be successful, and they can be proud in their skin.
Being black British is important to me because I don't have just have one culture, I have two cultures. But I feel like I'm more British than Nigerian, which is my other nationality. It's because I've lived in this country all my life, so I feel like I've picked up from all there. Like, that's why I feel British, because I know more about Britain than I know about Nigeria.
For me, I'll say I'm Black Caribbean. That culture is very important to me because it shaped me in terms of who I am, in terms of certain morals, in terms of my upbringing, and also just making me drive and working hard in terms of my mentality. So my culture means a lot to me. Without my culture, I'll be the person without an identity. And I feel my culture has helped me and will continue to help me to make me the person I am.
In a sense, being Black British isn't just about where you're from and what your skin color is. It's about the history that you've gone through in the past, the history that your ancestors had to go through in order to get you here today.
I don't think I identify myself as Black British, I just identify myself as a person. And if I have to choose a culture, then I'll be a black woman. It's important to me to be a black woman and not to change the way I am, because this is the way I was born. I didn't have a choice. So when I'm asked whether it is why it's important to be Black British, I'd rather not identify with that. I'd rather identify with being a woman of color in the society who's trying to be the best they can be for others to see, but also for other people to take either inspiration or learn from.
Being Black British is important to me because I have like two cultures, and with one that's been around me since I was born. So British culture has been around me since. But with African culture, like me being Congolese, that's only been within my household since. So I'm able to kind of adopt them both, and it's important to my culture because it's kind of morphing me to who I truly am.
I think being Black British is a really significant part of my identity because it's the way I was brought up. I've always been surrounded by black people and being influenced by black culture, so I think it's made me who I am.
Before I'm Black British, I look at myself as a Black African young woman. So I look at my parents, I look at my grandparents, I look at my teachers, I look at everyone around me, and for me it's all about respect. Like, being a young African woman is about respect, knowing how to conduct yourself, knowing what to say, what to do, and that's really important because then I look at my other culture, which is being British, because I was born into this country, and that also shows me that before anything, like, respect is a big thing, because you can be anyone, you can be someone who's up there, you can be someone that's down here, but if you haven't got that level of respect, you're not going to go anywhere.
I think Black culture, for me, is important. Like, it shows me that I need to work harder, because when you learn about how black people were treated in history, it gives you a new mindset and a new way to achieve things, and it makes you want to achieve more.
Being Black British to me means that I can share my culture with other people who don't understand it yet. For example, for me, I'm big on, I love my hair from my Black heritage of being Jamaican, and I think it's important that I'm able to share my hair care tips with all of my friends that don't quite understand. I'm surrounded by a lot of other cultures and I'm able to learn about everybody while people understanding me as well.